Praise God, church. Praise God again. I'm Esther Munyere. I'm the chairperson, Christian Education at Wendani P.C.E.A. Parish. I am saved and I love Jesus as my personal savior. Christian education is the cornerstone of the church. It glues all the other groups and groupings and foundations and puts them together and ensures that everybody learns what they are required to do and what is required of them in life. So then having Christian education in Pcea Wendani Church is a big positive thing, and we appreciate the support that we have received from the various members, particularly the reverend, the elders, the evangelists, the members of the church, the committee, which constitutes of all chairpersons of Christian education in the districts. And this is what has enabled us to be where we are. So this week, we are starting off our Christian Education Week today on Monday. And we are happy that we have all the support that we require from the reverend, the evangelists, the elders, the members of the congregation, as well as immense support from the committee. Now, Christian Education membership, it constitutes of 13 members plus the elder in charge, who is the patron. Now, these 13 members are the chairpersons of Christian education in the 13 districts within our church. So within these districts, each district has appointed a member who represents Christian education in behalf of their district to the church and within the Christian Education Committee. And these members are, first we have our patron, who is Elder Mary Geshero, who is actually with us here celebrating Christian education today, and we are happy to have her. I am the chairperson, Esther Munyere, the chairperson. I represent Judea District as a Christian education chairperson at the district level. Then vice chairperson is James Waithaka, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Galilee District. Then we have the secretary, Grace Kaferi, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Bethlehem District. Vice secretary, who is Sarah Njoroge, who is the chairperson of Bethsaida Christian education. We have the treasurer, Rhoda Kanana, who is the chairperson of Emmaus, who is actually here with us, and we are happy to have her. We have Gladys Wanjiko, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Jordan District. We have Purity Gethenji, who is the Christian education chair in Joppa District. We have Judy Karani, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Zion District. We have Mrs. Mohindi, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Lebanon District. And also we have Lucy Kimani, who is the chairperson of Christian education in Jerusalem. So these are the members of Christian education. It's a committee. As you see, congregation, this is a small team that is very much determined to ensure that Christian values are instilled in every group within the church. More so to our youth and our children who require to be educated on various aspects of life. And therefore, this team is very much committed. We have lined up quite a number of activities to ensure that each group is well taken care of, and none of those groups is left out. So in order to glue all the groups together and ensure that each group learns whatever they require to learn in order to fulfill their requirements within the church, then Christian education is ready to ensure that this is done and that they get all the education that they require. So as we said, Christian education it lays special emphasis on Christian teaching as well as pastoral concerns in education. So it is the cornerstone and the foundation of the church ministry, which glues together, as we said, all the other groups and ensures that all the other groups know what they are required of them, whatever is required of them to teach their congregants, as well as to move forward and to be good citizens within the country as well as within the world. So Christian education is supposed to come up with programs that teach each group on these values that are of Christian foundation, but values that are required in today's living, in today's contemporary living. And to this week's theme is on freed to free, and it's about held by the shepherd's hand. So the theme is freed to freed, held by the shepherd's hand, which means that we, Christian education team, are freed. We are freed by the blood of Jesus. We are freed by the education that we've received in our contemporary world. And therefore, we use these teachings, this kind of education, to pass it over to other people, to free them, because everything is anchored. The Christian education motto is anchored on Exodus 15, verse 6, which says, that your right hand, Lord, was majestic in power, and your right hand, Lord, shattered the enemy. So that's this week's reading, which is anchored on Exodus 15:6. Your right hand, Lord, was majestic in power. So God's hand is very majestic in power, and your right hand, Lord, shattered the enemy. So we need not to be afraid of COVID-19 or any other challenges that we are facing, because the right hand of God is with us, and it's taking care of us. Again, also Christian education motto, the overall motto, not just for this week, but the overall motto is derived from Hosea 4:6, which says that my people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. So if we don't instill these principles and this knowledge to our people, then they'll get destroyed, not because of their own making, but because of lack of knowledge. So this knowledge is very, very key, and that's our role as Christian education, to instill this knowledge to our people, the church, as well as the society. And therefore, in line with that, we as Christian Education P.C.E.A. Wendani Church have lined up a number of activities, of which we have discussed with the church board of management, as well as the reverend and other groupings like the youth group, the Pcea, Wendani Academy. We have been in talk with all these groupings to ensure that we are in line with their priorities, and we are happy that they are very, very, very supportive, and we are ready to move on with the various activities. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to highlight some of the activities that we have lined up, not only during the week, but over the period of 1 year that the Christian Education Group will partake. The very first one is the Christian Education Week. First, we launched the Christian Education Week yesterday on Sunday, and we are happy that the Reverend and the Evangelist and a number of elders and a number of members were very supportive of this, and they helped us launch this Christian Education Week, and actually approved all our activities and encouraged us to move on. And so therefore, for this week, the number of activities that we've lined up are as follows. First, today we start off the activities with these talks that our members are appealing to the members of Wendani Church to actually join us as we help our kids, we help our youths, we help our women, our mothers, our fathers to get the education that they require. And so today we have those talks, and you'll be seeing them over the week through the various streaming methods, especially the Facebook and YouTube. And we encourage you to have a look at them, to follow us, and support our activities, and learn from all these engagements. So that is today. Then in the course of the week, we'll be buying books from the particularly from the various bookshops and the streets of Nairobi, books that will be given to kids, to our children from the age of 5 to 15 years, to help them spiritually, to help them academically, and to give them the kind of guidance they require. So we love storybooks, spiritual books, as well as motivational books that will be distributed to our children. Now, because of the protocols of COVID-19 that have been set up by the government, which we respect so much, we are going to give all these books to the chairpersons of Christian education in the various districts. So we urge members who have kids from age 5 to 15 years to communicate and to get in touch with the Christian education chairpersons in the respective districts and get these books, get access to these books. We realize that our kids are spending a lot of time with the gadgets, with the various electronic gadgets. For example, our kids spend a lot of time, for those who have phones or spare phones, on the phones, playing games, watching all kinds of YouTube streamings and all other content. This is okay because it teaches our kids quite a lot of deal on education materials and content. However, we as parents might not have a lot of control on whatever they watch in these gadgets. Therefore, it's good that we control the kind of access that they have. And one way of controlling this is ensuring that we give them alternatives. So for a long time, we've been telling them not to use gadgets, not to use computers or phones, but we don't give them an alternative. So Christian education is giving our kids an alternative, that instead of watching all this YouTube content all the time, you can read a book. And books give more information. They give a better packaged kind of information that they learn the spelling of words, how sentences probably are constructed, and they get in depth in while reading more than while watching the same content on YouTube. And therefore, we, Christian Education, on Wednesday, will be buying these books. We'll be consolidating all these books and issuing them to the Christian Education chairpersons to distribute to you, the members of the church, to give to your kids. We urge you kindly ensure that the books that are given to you are read and they make a difference to your child's life. You will see once schools open that they'll have a lot of improvement on their vocabulary, on their sentence construction and everything else. So kindly we urge you to take care of this and encourage them to use this content. Now later on also, we'll be streaming several short forms of some of the activities that we'll be partaking later on. One key part of this is a streaming on teenagers training that will be done later on around May, whereby we will have our kids, our teenagers, have online engagement for 5 days where they'll learn about Christian living, about what is required of them as we are on lockdown, and when they go back to school. In everything that they do, they need to have Christ as their guide. And whatever mistakes that they make, they need to make them within the bounds or the boundaries of Christ. And if this is done, then even when our kids make terrible mistakes, they will always come back to God. Now, and also, of course, they will avoid making weird mistakes, terrible mistakes, And this way, we'll take care of our kids. That is one. 5 days training for our teenagers. We'll give you more information on this in due course, and that would be great for our kids. Number 2, also, we are going to stream another YouTube recording of what will be expected later on entrepreneurship training. So we have requested a member of Kenyatta University lecturers, team of business, to train the members of our church on how to survive in entrepreneurship. That is how to start a business, how to run it, how to ensure that we don't go out of business, etc. So we are going to stream that, a short form of that, what is expected, so that we can entice you, the congregation, to be ready to be trained when the time comes for this training around June this year. Now, that is for the week. We have lined up also other activities that you'll be seeing on our YouTube, the church YouTube, and as well as the Facebook streaming. Now, for the whole year, we have lined up also a number of activities, which are as follows. First, the very, very mega project that we are starting as Christian Education is the sponsorship of a child every year. We realize that our school, the Wendani Academy School, is a great resource for the church, and we are happy and proud that we have this resource here. And therefore, we want to bring it closer, and also within the Christian Education Committee, we are going to plan on how to come up with an account that will be will be the account in which members can deposit money that will be used to sponsor a kid every year, hopefully every year to eternity, so to infinity or to eternity. So we urge you members to support us on this. This account will be connected to the school such that the kid will be covered for the time that they'll be schooling at the school, and everything will be paid for. The priority will be on orphans as well as kids of the workers of the school who every day admire the school and want their children to be educated at the school, but they can't afford it. And therefore, this will be a big plus in ensuring that our workers that cannot afford, that their kids are also getting the kind of quality education that we are giving other kids at Wendani Academy. So that is underway. We'll give you more information on this in due course. Other plans, we have also another lineup of plans to connect the church with the school. We've realized that the church and the school are not very closely related, and therefore we would wish as Christian Education to relate them as much as possible, such that at the beginning of the term and at the end of the term, the kids come to the church or are connected to the church and are able to be to learn what the church is all about and principles of the church. They are prayed for, and the reverend prays for them and guides them on how to start off the term, and also to thank God for the ended term. So that dedication by the reverend will be done every beginning of the year, or of the term, and the close of the term every year. Then also there are other mini activities lined up connecting the school and the church. For example, we'll be having Christian education meeting with the P.C.E.A. Wendani Academy teachers. You realize that many congregation or many people at the church do not know our teachers at the academy, at the P.C.E.A. Wendani Academy. So this is a chance for Christian education to connect the two, because the teachers would want to learn more about the church, and the church would also want to learn more about what the teachers are doing, all the sacrifices that they are making. We want to appreciate them by getting closer to them. So this will be done, and we are in talks with the BOG of the chairman of the BOM, the Board of Management of the Wendani Academy School, to ensure that this is done, and it's done continuously, so that we are together. Then also, every year, the class 8 pupils will be dedicated by the reverend, will be prayed for before they sit for the exams. And after they sit for the exams and the results are out, we are going to be thanking God for the successes. Then also, we are going to connect also. We have plans to connect with the Pcea Wendani Academy parents. So we'll be having meetings with the parents of the academy to talk to them, look at their priorities, and also encourage members, who have not brought their children within our academy to do so, and talk about the benefits. Some may not even know that the school exists, so to raise awareness about the school. Also, we have plans to have mentorship seminars. Every time we'll have mentorship seminars with all the members of the school to encourage them to be more connected to spirituality and to P.C.E.A. principles within the church. Finally, also on that category, that is the one of the major goals of P.C.E.A. Wendani Academy programs. The last activity that we'll be doing under that goal will be analysis of P.C.E.A. Wendani Academy reports. And this is also a way of ensuring that the church is connected more to the school. And we are happy that the school management also is supportive of this, and we move on together. So that's the first goal of Wendani Academy School. The second goal is on Education Leaders Seminar. So we've planned a leadership seminar training for Christian education team. You realize that we are a small team of 14 people. So we need to be in the forefront of running Christian education. And therefore, we've planned quite a number of activities to have training and retraining. And this is more of training for trainers. So because this team need to train their districts on Christian education and Christian living. And therefore, we'll be training them soon once we are able to meet. Then also we have, other than the second goal on Christian Education Leader Seminar, we have the goal 3, which is Christian Education Week, which we talked about earlier. And just to emphasize that at the end of this week, on Sunday, we will be appealing to you, members, to kindly support us, support Christian education to ensure that our activities are successful. Then goal 4 is teen seminar and graduation. So we have we had planned this before COVID-19 lockdown, but now it has been disrupted. But this is a plan that we have as Christian education to have graduation of class 8 graduates to adulthood. So we are going to work with PCMF and Guild and other groups, the youth and all the other groups, to ensure that as P.C.E.A. Wendani, we have such a program that will help our teenagers, our class 8 graduates, to move on to the next level. And this will be not just for the boys, but also for the girls, where we'll have seminars every year to ensure that they are entrenched into Christian living. Then also on teenagers, also we have the one-day seminar for teenagers on Christian living from Wendani Church. So all the teenagers will be required to register, and we have this will be 5 days. So we'll have the 5 days. We'll have 1 hour per day, possibly from 7 to 8. And we'll start this off as a Zoom meeting, and we'll give more information on the link to this Zoom. And this will train the various teenagers on how to live a Christian life, and to ensure that the Christian principles are instilled into them, that they can make decisions, they can make all kinds of mistakes, but within the Christian environ. So whenever they make mistakes, they are able to come back to God. And this is very, very, very important. And this helps also them in guiding them into decision making, ensuring that they don't keep the wrong company. Then the fifth goal is on parent seminar. So we'll have we have plans to have a one-day seminar for parents from Wendani Church on Christian parenting. We realize that many of you congregation are working. You don't have a choice. You have to be at work for many hours, but we need to sit down and dialogue on how to bring up our children despite of our busy schedules. We don't leave our children to the house girls who probably are very, very young. They may not know any better, but they take care of our children for more hours than they should. And therefore, we'll talk about this, we'll dialogue, and we'll have an expert and ensure that Christian parenting is instilled in the congregation. So we are going to talk about that, and we'll keep you informed on when this can be done. Then goal number 6 is we'll have long holiday activities for grade 4, class 8, and form 4. We realize that these holidays are very long one for grade 4s, class 8s, and form 4, around 4 months. So if we had lined up a number of activities before COVID, but also we are trying to make them also workable through Zoom and other virtual engagements. For example, we have cooking competitions, Christian songs, dances for the younger kids, whereby we plan to have this at the church, and therefore when the COVID-19 lockdowns are lifted, then we'll be able to do this, to involve our kids for many hours within the church to learn about all kinds of life experiences like cooking competitions, songs, dances, etc. Then also on the same line, we'll create gifts and crafts for the older kids, and these crafts and gifts can be sold, and so they can make money out of it, as well as get huge skills from such engagements. Then goal 7 is seminar on entrepreneurship. I touched about this earlier. So training on entrepreneurship options. We have an expert from Kenyatta University School of Business who has been doing this over the years with different groupings. And so she has volunteered to do this for our congregation. And therefore, you congregation, we urge you to register, to take up that opportunity and register and have the training done so that we survive through these challenges that have been brought up by COVID-19. Then goal 8 is Career Day, where we will have a seminar with Form 1 to Form 4 to teach them about career options, what careers are out there in universities, colleges, and other options elsewhere for them to partake, and what is required of them for each of those careers. So we'll have experts, like we could collaborate with other institutions like the colleges and the universities, and for example, Kenyatta University is happy to support in this. So we will have that, and have experts. These experts talk to these kids from Form 1 to Form 4 on what careers they can choose. And you realize that with today's generation, they choose their careers early. So that's why we are starting from Form 1, so that by the time they get Form 4, they already know what kind of career they want, and their choices will be informed from an expertise position. Goal 9, is church records. We are going to have to create a record of all church assets. We will develop and maintain church assets records. We realize that it's the role of the Christian education in every P.C.E.A. church to keep a record of all assets that belong to the church. So we are happy to help in this, to record them, to label them, to help in maintaining that database. to ensure that whatever is broken is removed from the records, whatever probably is misplaced is the records are there. We are going also to come up with that. Then also on the records part also, you realize that early this year, the Reverend distributed forms to all members of the church to fill them, a form that was recording information about each member of the church. We encourage you members to have these records done because we are to ensure that we don't keep on asking for these records over and over. Christian Education is going to consolidate all this information into a database, into an online, possibly an online to some at some level, but an ICT database that will help in retrieving these records in an easier way. Then also we're going to start off a sale of Bibles, and we're going to buy some Bibles and sell them to members. And this is with the purpose of encouraging people to read the Bible. Then also we are going to promote TE in Wendani Church by keeping a record of all the trainings, all the past trainings and the current trainings and future trainings. And all these records are meant to encourage this kind of training within our church. Then finally is ICT use in the church. We are going to computerize all church records. As we said earlier, we are developing an electronic register, but also in addition to recording all these and putting everything in ICT, we are also going to create a website for the church and maintain it, ensure that all the information from the various groupings is well captured, and people know what is happening at any one given time. We know the membership of each group and what they are doing at each given time, and so we are going to promote each one of all your groups through Christian Education. Also, something else that I missed out is we are planning to have a camp at Kenyatta University for our kids from class 8 to form 4 for 3 days, whereby we'll go around Kenyatta University, see what kind of programs are there, what options they have. So we'll visit several schools, several departments, and at the end of the day, we'll have a lot of learning for our kids. So when they choose their careers, they'll know what kind of careers they want and what is available in our neighbor, which is Kenyatta University. And Kenyatta University is happy to do this, and they are very, very welcoming, and we are happy that to collaborate with them to achieve this. So finally, as I conclude, I would wish to thank you, this P.C.E.A. Wendani Church, for being with us, for working with us, and promise you that all these activities will be done according to God's plan and with God's help, and that we will make a difference in this church. We'll make a difference in our societies. We'll make a difference in our country and in the world through learning, through knowledge, through acquisition of all this knowledge. And therefore, as I conclude, I urge you members to support us on Sunday. You can support us financially. You can support us through your books, the books probably that you may not be using in your homes. You can lend us. We lend them to our kids from the various districts, and then we return them back later on. Especially this time of lockdown, we need to urge our kids to read and read and read. And therefore, with your support, we are going to do this. So support of money on Sunday, we'll really, really appreciate your support so that we are able to get our activities done and done in a successful way. So we appreciate this, and we urge you to also get in touch with us. I am the chairperson. My number is 0721 257133. 0721 257133. Get in touch through WhatsApp, through calls, through SMS. We are happy to share any ideas that you may have to make Christian education a success in our church. So thank you very much, and God bless you so much.